You step off the plane. Your palms are sweaty. The immigration line stretches ahead of you. One wrong answer, and your entire trip could be over before it even begins. Today, I'm revealing the top 10 questions immigration officers ask at every airport worldwide, and the exact answers that will get you through without a hitch. Question number 7. It's a trap that catches thousands of travelers every single day. Whether you're traveling for business, pleasure, or visiting family, immigration officers have one job: protect their country's borders. And they do that by asking strategic questions designed to catch inconsistencies, lies, or potential violations. But here's the thing. If you know what's coming, you can prepare perfect answers that are truthful, confident, and get you through in under 60 seconds. Let's break down the top 10 questions, starting with number 10. Question. Number 10. What is the purpose of your visit? Why, they ask. This is the foundation question. Your entire story needs to align with this answer. The right way to answer: be specific and brief. Tourism, business conference, visiting family. DO&T say vague things like just looking around, or maybe business, maybe pleasure. Match your answer to your visa type. Red flags to avoid: saying finding work on a tourist visa, contradicting information on your arrival card, being too vague or uncertain. Pro tip: have supporting documents ready. Hotel bookings, conference invitations, or family contact information. Question. Number 9. How long are you planning to stay? Why, they ask. They're checking if your intended stay matches your visa validity, and if you have a clear departure plan. The right way to answer: give exact dates. I'm staying for 10 days from November 13th to November 23rd. Have your return ticket information ready. Make sure it matches what you wrote on your arrival card. Red flags to avoid: saying I don't know or as long as possible. Planning to stay longer than your visa allows. Not having a return ticket when required. Pro tip: immigration officers love certainty. The more specific you are, the better. Question. Number 8. Where will you be staying? Why, they ask. They want to verify you have accommodation and aren't planning to disappear or work illegally. The right way to answer: provide the full name and address of your hotel, Airbnb, or host. If staying with friends, family, have their complete address and phone number. Show your booking confirmation if asked. Red flags to avoid: saying, I'll figure it out when I get there, giving a fake address, being unable to provide contact information. Pro tip: save your accommodation details on your phone and have a printed copy as backup. Question. Number 7. Are you traveling alone? Why, they ask. This is the trap question I mentioned. They're checking for human trafficking, suspicious group travel, or if your story matches other travelers. The right way to answer: if alone, yes, I'm traveling by myself. If with others, no, I'm traveling with my spouse, friend, colleague, and point them out. Be consistent. If someone else said they're traveling with you, your stories must match. Red flags to avoid: changing your answer from what you wrote on forms, acting nervous when mentioning travel companions, having a different story than the person you're supposedly traveling with. Critical warning: if you're traveling with someone but claim to be alone or vice versa, immigration will separate you and question you individually. If your stories don't match, you could both be denied entry. Pro tip: if traveling with a group, make sure everyone knows the same basic story, purpose of trip, where you're staying, and how long you're staying. Question number 6. Have you been to this country before? Why, they ask. They're checking your travel history and looking for patterns, visa violations, overstays, or frequent unexplained visits. The right way to answer: be honest. Yes, I visited twice in 2023, or no, this is my first time. If yes, briefly mention when and why. I came for a conference last year. Don't volunteer too much information unless asked. Red flags to avoid: lying. They can see your passport stamps and computer records, having a history of overstaying visas, making frequent trips that don't match your stated purpose. Pro tip: if you visited many times, be prepared to explain why in a way that makes sense. Question. Number 5. What you do for a living? Why, they ask. They're assessing if you have ties to your home country, meaning you'll return, and if your job matches your stated purpose of travel. The right way to answer: state your job clearly. I'm a software engineer, I'm a teacher, I'm retired. If unemployed or student, say so confidently, I'm currently a university student, or I'm between jobs but have sufficient funds. Make sure it aligns with your trip purpose. Red flags to avoid: saying you're unemployed without explaining your funding source, having a job that doesn't match your travel purpose, Acting evasive about your employment. Pro tip: if you are self-employed or have an unusual job, be ready to explain it in simple terms. Question. Number 4. Do you have sufficient funds for your stay? They ask this to ensure you won't become a financial burden or work illegally. If you run out of money, you become their problem. Right answer: be clear and specific. Yes, I have around $3,000 in my account and credit cards for my 10-day stay. Yes, $2,500 cash and 2 cards with enough limit. Never just say yes. It sounds weak. Show proof. Bank statements last 6 months. Credit cards, cash under $10,000 USD. Hotel receipts or sponsorship letters. What's enough? US, UK, Canada, Australia, $100, 150 day. Europe, 50 euros, 100 day. Asia, Latin America, $50 day. Expensive cities, $200 plus day. Red flags. Saying, I'm not sure. No proof of funds. Too little money for destination. No backup source. Pro tip, officers do quick math. $500 for 3 weeks equals $23 day equals instant suspicion. Question. Number 3. Do you know anyone in this country? They're checking for hidden motives. Illegal work, fake marriages, trafficking, or overstaying. If, no, I don't know anyone. I'm here for tourism business. If yes, my cousin Ahmed lives in Toronto. I'll visit him for a week. Be honest, they can verify through social media, phone records, and past applications. Lying can mean denial or a ban. Be ready with full name, relationship, address, contact, whether you're staying with them. Avoid changing stories from visa forms, acting nervous, or denying people you're publicly linked with. Pro tip, if staying with someone, carry an invitation letter. Shows honesty and preparation. Question. Number 2. What is your home address? This tests honesty, stability, and ties to your home country. Officers compare it with your visa and documents. Right answer: my address is 123 Model Town, Dera Ghazi Khan, Punjab, Pakistan. Say it confidently and match what's on your paperwork. Proof options: utility bill, lease, property docs, or bank statements. If moved recently, I moved 2 months ago. Here's my new lease. If living with family, I live with my parents at address. Red flags: confused or inconsistent answers, fake or mismatched address, saying you don't have a permanent home. Expert tip: people with stable housing have a 95% plus return rate. Officers look for rootedness. Keep your address written down to avoid fumbling under pressure. Question. Number 1. Do you have a return ticket? This is the number 1 most important question. A return ticket proves you plan to leave. Without it, they'll assume you want to stay, work, or immigrate illegally. Best answer: yes, I have a return flight on Emirates EK6 112 November 23rd. Keep both printed and digital copies ready. Acceptable tickets, round trip or return to home country, onward ticket with visa proof, flexible ticket with set return date. Red flags: no return ticket, ticket dated after visa expiry, I'll buy one later, or return to another country without visa. Proof to show: e-ticket, booking reference, printed itinerary, country rules, USA, UK, Canada, Australia. Must show return or onward flight, Europe. Must prove you'll exit the Schengen zone, Asia. Increasingly require onward travel proof. If plans are flexible, buy a refundable ticket or use a temporary booking like Best Onward Ticket. But don't abuse this. Immigration can see booking dates. If company or sponsor is paying, carry a letter with their contact and return date. Pro tip: immigration systems see your booking date, payment status, and travel history. A genuine round trip looks real. A last-minute fake looks suspicious. If your return ticket is weak, show proof of ties, job letter, property papers, school enrollment, or family commitments. Never say, I'll buy one, if they ask. By then, it's too late. You'll likely be detained or deported. Bonus questions. 1. Are you carrying more than $10,000? Declare it honestly. Lying equals criminal offense. No, I have about $3,000 in cash. Yes, $15,000. I've filled the declaration form. 2. Do you have anything to declare? Declare food, plants, medicines, or animal products. Even one apple can cause huge fines in places like Australia or the US rule, when in doubt, declare it. 3. What's your relationship to the person you're visiting? Be consistent. He's my cousin. She's my college friend. Inconsistencies or vague answers equals instant suspicion. 4. Have you ever been denied entry? Always tell the truth. They already know. Yes, denied in 2020 for weak home ties. I now have a stable job and property. Honesty earns trust. 5. Are you bringing food, plants, or animal products? List them clearly. Yes, I have packaged tea and dried spices. Strictest countries: Australia, New Zealand, USA, Japan. Final message: immigration officers aren't your enemies. They're protecting their borders. Follow the golden rules. Be honest. They know more than you think. Be brief. Answer clearly. No long stories. Be consistent. Match your documents. Be confident. Calm equals credibility. Have proof ready. Preparation wins trust. Stay truthful. Stay calm. And you'll walk through immigration like a pro.